Basically, I came along to do FLP. I wanted to find my life purpose. Didn't know which direction to go with work, had quite a few things I could do and was interested in. But I really wanted to get an idea of how I could actually move forwards and which direction to move forwards in. Also was desperate to learn with Anne, having been a great admirer of her for many, many years. And so went along, completely open mind. My very first session of finding my future, we did the 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. And at the 3 years, I went so deep and I saw everything really, really clearly. And it was something I hadn't imagined at all. I saw pictures of, as though I was looking through an old-fashioned kaleidoscope, you probably remember as children, flashing across walls. Apparently I kept doing this all the time. I said, I'm with a machine, it's a silver machine, I'm doing this. And I was working with an amazing lady who was also learning called Lana, who helped me through, taught me, guided me through. And I said, I'm holding crystals, I'm holding them on my hands, but I'm working them on this lady, and she seems to be getting better. But I can see there's electricity, and I'm wired up to a computer and I don't understand it. I don't understand how crystals work with a computer. It doesn't make sense to me. And I kept doing this and I'm seeing waves. Anyway, I came out of that and we went further forwards, and I saw myself very clearly in the Cedars-Sinai Hospital in LA. Never been there. My daughter lives in LA, but I've never been to the hospital. And I was stood next to a cosmetic surgeon. And I was again working with this machine, but I felt it was smaller this time. And again, I was holding them over this lady and I was healing her. And I was aware that this gentleman, I got his name, and he was an Arab-looking gentleman, and he was this cosmetic surgeon, but he seemed to be saying, what you're doing is great. And I could hear myself saying to this lady, you don't need more surgery. We can heal your scars, we can heal your emotional scars and your physical scars. And this will help you, my machine will help you. And this guy was smiling, and I remember saying to Lana, how is he smiling? I'm telling this lady not to have cosmetic surgery, and he's a surgeon. Why is this guy smiling at me? We delved further and further, and it turned out that he actually was a reconstructive plastic surgeon and was dealing with women who had had bad surgery that left them scarred emotionally and physically. People who'd gone through breast cancer had terrible emotional and physical scars from that. And this machine was helping heal those scars. And I came out and I was just so fired up, and I said to Lana, I've seen you there. The interesting thing was I actually saw her there. And another young gentleman who, going into it, turned out to be her son, and then synchronicity said he wanted to be out in America and all sorts of things. It was very, very interesting. The strangest thing to me that I find amazing, as I explained yesterday, I work with numerology. I have a number 3 and a number 8 in Mayan tattooed on my thumb, and I have 1111 also tattooed because I see 1111 everywhere. The wonderful machine that I found through great research is Trinfinity 8, 3 and 8. When you write Trinfinity 8, it has 4-letter I's, making my 1111. So you can imagine when I came across this, it was like, this is my machine. When I saw the shape of the machine, here's my wave that I was doing. Here are my crystal rods that I'm holding. And basically, I then set about trying to find out how I got hold of this machine. Turns out that Trinfinity 8 was developed by a lady called Kathy Forty, Dr. Kathy Forty, who was a psychologist. And she had a near-death experience. While she was coming to, all this information was channeled to her. She had no technical knowledge at all. And then she spent the next 10 years actually developing Trinfinity 8. She found someone who could help her develop this machine. It works with the crystals, which deliver all the information, which is a fractal, which works on a binary code, taking into account that everything in the universe that has mass is based around a mathematical theory. It has a mathematical programming. Our DNA is our own mathematical programming. This reprograms your DNA. It's gone into, let me just turn up, let me put it back on for you, just so you can get an idea again. This taster is only 6 minutes and I've obviously talked way too long. Each part of it has a different fractal that delivers through the crystals, where you hold them into your hands. They work through the meridians and the nerves and the minor chakras in your hands. You can also put them on the parts of the body that is having the problems, and with your sinuses. I work with putting the crystals on your sinuses. There is also here with it, we have solfeggio sounds. There's various different solfeggio sounds which also work in transforming and working on your DNA. Basically, it works on sacred geometry, which is also what the ancients used, obviously, for developing and building the pyramids. You know, the Pythagoras theory. It's believed to be the major sort of common master science that every individual can tap into to make the spiritual and the physical body unite as one. So it's an amazing tool, not only for physical change, but also for spiritual change and transformation, because it allows you to find your perfect vibrational code. It has so many different uses, right from everybody wanting facelifts and beauty treatments. It can help with weight loss. It is amazing for stress. I'm using it for a lot of people who are stressed, anxiety, insomnia, also giving energy boost if you need energy boost. But the medical amazing things that can happen. We're not, because it's an American product, we're not allowed to say it's a treatment. It's, you know, it's a cure. We're not allowed to say it because of obviously the legalities of it. But the work that I'm really concentrating on is with people who have really bad medical problems. I'm working with autistic children at the moment, and I will show you later because obviously they're private. The changes have been phenomenal. My own daughter with severe back injury from a car accident is no longer on any medication, having been on even medicinal patches for 18 months of really strong painkillers. Anne said herself, I just did one program on Anne's hand, and Anne's hand was better overnight. The beauty of it is I can work completely remotely. I can work with anyone, anywhere in the world. So my daughter is in LA, I'm working on her. Anne was in Maidenhead quite happily. I was at my home working on Anne, simply from a photograph. But it's absolutely transformed my life, and it is due to FLP that I found it. I would never have found it otherwise. This wasn't in my consciousness at all. It was in my future. And having seen it 3 years, within 6 months, I'm working on it and working successfully with it. So you can bend time, you can bring your future forwards, and that's the most amazing thing to me with FLP. So thank you, Anne.
Thank you, it's brilliant.
Sorry if I'm waffling.